Well, I had a little bit different cigar for me this week. I picked up one of the La Galera 80th anniversary limited edition. This one's called the Cortador. There's two 80th anniversary limited. One's a torpedo, and then one's non-torpedo. That's the Cortador. That's the one that I had. The wrapper on this was a little bit rustic looking, but and by that I mean there were some veins and stuff, but it was so nicely box pressed that it was absolutely beautiful. It was just, and they have a beautiful label on the cigar too. They really kind of go all out
pretty. I'm looking at
on
the
label.
On
so very nice. Looked kind of like an ultra premium, super ultra premium. Had that vibe about it. The wrapper's a Mexican San Andres wrapper. It's got a Dominican Corojo binder and Dominican fillers in it. So this is a primarily Dominican cigar. And these days I smoke, more Nicaraguans than anything else. So I was interested to see how this would hit me on the palate. Pre-light was all earth and leather. Little tiny hint of cinnamon in there is what I finally decided to guess that was. Sometimes you can get a little spice and your brain's going, what is that?
Trying to isolate it.
So I went with cinnamon. I think that's right. I used my favorite punch. I lit it up, and it rewarded me with a really nice burst of spice, not a pepper bomb like some of the Nicaraguans do when you first light them up, but just a really nice burst of spice and some chocolate flavor to it. In the second third of the cigar, the spice continued, and it actually started getting a little bit richer. Even that spiciness is the best way that I can describe it. There was also this nice sweetness that started to grow a little bit, and it kind of balanced the spice. Maybe that's why the spice felt like it deepened, because it had this other flavor kind of balancing it out a little bit. The flavors of chocolate and dried fruit were on the back of the palate the more that I smoked it. So not necessarily what I was expecting from a Dominican cigar, but really rich and very meaty kind of a smoke. The construction on it, probably as good as anything that I've smoked recently. It wasn't like razor straight burn, but it needed no tending. It totally burned straight on its own, and had a very solid ash. I'm pretty sure I was smoking this in my car with the top down, so I'm pretty sure that I could have held on to that ash for a lot longer, but I knew I was tempting fate.
You knew it was going to fall on
I knew I was tempting fate.
Or the car.
Or and in the car, I'll move it around in my hand, and a lot of times I'll bump it on the top of the windshield where the windshield ends,
right there.
And then of course the ash falls on me. So I know I'm clumsy enough that I decided not to tempt fate too much, and I eventually tipped.
One thing I missed about my last vehicle is I had the sky roof.
Right.
And I used to open that, and I had the back windows open just right so the air would just flow right through. And then anytime I wanted to tip the ash, I literally just stuck it straight up in the air.
Straight up, yeah. Well, when you're driving especially, that's an easy thing to do. You just put it outside the window and poof, off it goes. But the construction was great. The last third, flavors didn't change too much. It stayed very rich, though. It was very complex. It was one of the better Dominican cigars I've had in a while. Very rich and complex, medium-bodied. It was an $11 to $12 cigar, so a little pricey, not too much. But I'd smoke a lot in the $8-9 range. Yeah. So I do recommend it, though. Price to quality, I will give it a 5, which means I felt like I got what I paid for it, 11 or 12. And to be honest, I don't know if I was expecting to like it as much as I did. So I could easily give it a 5.5 without feeling bad about that at all.